5, 6. No. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Oh, see, you messed it up. See, now we're out. Now you messed it up. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Upsetting.
Oh, for fuck's sake! How many hellos do I have to do on this episode?
One more.
Hello! I swear to God, Crash, no! We're not doing this. I didn't hear you. I heard you. God
I didn't
damn
say
it.
anything. I just opened my mouth.
Keep this at the beginning of the video, D-Sport. Keep it at the beginning. Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode... Oh, God, I forgot once again. 475. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer. I have just noticed the show notes. Why does the show notes say hosted by MC Fixer and in brackets is a B word? What the hell? I don't know who did it. I'm going to assume it's the one and only Matt P Video.
I mean, it was done so well that I'll just straight up admit to it. Yes, it was me. We were having a little conversation before pod about how you were arguing last week in the show notes, and I felt left out, so I thought I'd drop that in there for you just to enjoy.
How are you, Matt?
I'm good, mate. I've survived COVID round 2 or 3. I can't remember at this point.
Let me, you know what, hold it right there. Let me bring the other boys in. The one and only Two Fresh Crash.
Hey.
And the one and only Mr. Paul Despawn on the ones and twos.
Hi.
Let's get to the nitty gritty of this, Matt. So we got a podcast review last week.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to hear it?
Sure.
I feel like it's super important for you to hear. Don't you think, boys? Do you not think it's important for Matt to hear?
Yeah.
Because I think it is testament to all of the hard work you do on this show, Matt.
Wow. Very quickly, there is sort of a weird amount of anxiety and PTSD happening in my body right now because early on when I first joined the podcast, there was like a review that was like 5 stars except Matt's shit. And I hate Matt. And so now I'm scared.
Are you ready? So we're going to read it again. If you missed it last week, here it is. 5 stars, great podcast. Here we go. Just wanted to say how much I enjoy MXAM. It's a great listen for all things Xbox and just all-round conversations. I especially love the Guess the Game segment. A great addition to the podcast. Fixer, Crash, and Paul, you guys are funny and entertaining, making the show definitely worth a listen. Keep up the great podcast, guys. Thanks. P.S. I really dislike Matt P Video and the fact he misses the show every week. Can he be replaced? Thanks.
I want to point out that PS isn't correct.
Yeah,
that's fake. That's fake.
We could have had him. We could have had him. We could have had him go for weeks.
No, my man said he was having anxiety earlier. I'm not letting him sit with that one.
Yeah.
I was about to say you're going to read the username as like MC Fixer's Nan or something, but I think you've already done that once, haven't you?
Not MC Fixer reviewed the podcast last week when it was in America. Yeah,
exactly. I remember hearing that one.
But the rest of it was real, other than my additive. So I just thought we'd have a therapy session. How does that make you feel?
I respect it. You know, like I haven't been around, and so I understand the neglect that the audience must be feeling.
Forget the audience.
totally
What about
get it.
us? I've missed you, man.
We feel it. We feel
I'll
it.
be honest, when Fix said he was going to read a review, I thought he was going to read the other review. I didn't realize
From a
he was
year
gonna
ago.
read This one.
What's the other review?
I'd have enjoyed that. That was
The
ages
other
ago.
review was gassing
Stuck in
me
my
up.
brain. I think about it when I go to sleep at night.
Matt, there was one more we got. Totally
no.
sidetracked in. Nothing to do with you. Listen to this one. Crazy, yeah? 5 stars. Crash. Absolute legend, Crash. Crash is my boy. The other guys are all right. That's the review.
That's perfect. That might be the perfect review.
I agree.
Who did you get in England to do this?
I didn't get any.
There's
I
only
wish
one
I got
person I
somebody
could
because it would be such a funny story. If I
One
did.
person I could think, which would be Angel Boy. That's the only person I could think that would do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's a fair bet.
Because he
I
does
feel
love
like
you.
Angel Boy would have let you know it was Angel Boy.
I do agree. Anyway, Matt, you okay? I know we killed you. I killed you a few times in the last month. I pretended you faked COVID. Was it real? Was you actually sick?
Yeah, it was real. You want to see the photo of the test?
No, I don't want to see the photo of nothing. No.
Yeah, just a pile of tissue. Like, what do you want from me?
Oh, we've all had a
it
pile
was
of
real.
tissues.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I made it.
Oh, competitive. You're going to Gamescom, right?
Going to Gamescom, so I'm sure I'll get it again because
Good luck,
that's
my
just how
friend.
conventions work now.
Good luck, my friends. Good luck. If you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/My My Xbox and Me, and all podcast services. The big thing I want to promote is reviewing the podcast. We got a few new reviews over in the UK. They help a bunch. So thank you to everyone who has been reviewing the podcast. Obviously, we meme and joke about certain things, but we do really appreciate hearing from you guys, the audience. If you want to support the show financially, patreon.com/mcfixer, and of course, go subscribe on the YouTube channel and follow over on Twitch. Me and Despawn stream this week, and maybe we'll do it more often. We do have a game to finish. I actually forgot about.
We do.
We do have a game to finish, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Patreon producer Aaron Guard, thank you very much for the support once again. We do appreciate you. Topic of the show this week. WB once again in the news. God, I feel like we've had this same conversation 5 or 6 times on my Xbox and Me. I don't know about the legitimacy of this one again, but if you guys didn't know, there was like a 10% drop in the stock market last week, I believe, and it has every company in the goddamn world scared for their life. I think it's the biggest drop since like the housing market drop.
The recessions,
yeah, which is like, okay, that's actually crazy. So WB are out there and are potentially up for sale. Kinda. So we're going to be talking about that real quick. Eldozo wrote in, Jesus, words this week. With the potential sale of WB Games division, I have a few questions. 1, would they be a good fit into Microsoft Gaming? 2, if not, the whole WB division, what studios of WB would you cherry pick, if any at all? And 3, what Microsoft IPs would you like to see any of those studios work on? From Eldozo. So let's start at the top, Wes. Do you think Microsoft buying the whole of WB Games or even a portion of WB Games as a good thing for Xbox? I'm not talking about the industry as a whole. I'm not talking about monopolies. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. I'm talking about Xbox as a whole as we've seen it. Now we've seen them pick up teams like Bethesda. We've seen them pick up Activision. We've seen a company now go independent after being bought by them. We've seen teams be shut down and destroyed by them. How do you think this would play out if WB was brought in?
I wonder, so the power of WB, I think, is in their IP, right? Like, I don't think, and the fact that they have the patent for the Nemesis system, but nobody actually gives a fuck about that apart from nerds like us.
Yeah.
So their power is in their IP, right? They've got Wonder Woman, they've got all the DC characters. Look at Multiverses as a good example of kind of the breadth of stuff that they have. Mortal Kombat. And so maybe it'll be interesting for Microsoft to see how an Indiana Jones does for them. Because I can't think of a studio, and I'm sure there's one, you're going to correct me now, I can't think of a studio that Microsoft have bought that Microsoft have then tried to capitalize on an existing IP for. Help me out.
What? I mean, are we not counting like Elder Scrolls Online and things like that? Like,
Elder Scrolls Online existed before Microsoft bought them.
So you're saying, but okay, so I'm misunderstanding the question then.
So they bought Bethesda, but they didn't put out a new Elder Scrolls game. They didn't put out a new Fallout game. They put out Starfield, brand new IP. So I'm trying to think of like
at the moment they haven't.
I think that's a little unfair because that's all that Bethesda had ready.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll ever push a company to put something out that isn't ready.
Totally,
but I think if they were to buy WB, they would put out Wonder Woman because that's on its way. Because I think that's literally everything that worked with everything that Microsoft's bought so far.
For sure. But I wonder if they're a bit scared going like, oh, we don't know if IP like Wonder Woman has the same power in the gaming space, right? I don't think Indiana Jones is going to do that well commercially. I don't think people give a fuck about Indiana Jones as a character anymore.
I agree. We've had this conversation, but I agree with you. Though I am excited for Indiana Jones now. Despawn is about to kick up a fuss though, so I'll move it on to him.
Well, I'm not kicking up a fuss. I think no one cares about Indiana Jones. Like,
And
especially the wider Xbox audience. I don't think really are there like, oh my god, I can't believe we're getting an Indiana Jones game. Like, I'm sure most of them are like, cool, we're getting a new IP from a good studio that Xbox owns. That's what they're excited for. Machine Games.
I'm way more excited for a new Machine Games game than I am a new Indiana Jones game.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think that's where the disconnect is, right? Like, we know that and we care about that. Most people don't. Most people don't know who Machine Games is. Most people who know who Indiana Jones is and Harrison Ford is don't know who Machine Games is. And so I think it's in a similar boat to that. Like, Wonder Woman, do people know or give a fuck about who Wonder Woman is anymore? I don't know. Like, DC films are in the fucking pan. Suicide Squad came out and dropped them in the pan.
Yeah, but
I will say, you say like that they're in the pan, but even when they're bad reviews, movie-wise, they still make $1 billion. So they're not exactly in the pan, are they? Critically, they are. Commercially, everyone knows who Batman is, who the Justice League are, who Wonder Woman is. So, like, I think there's like they're more in the zeitgeist than in Indiana Jones is.
Oh yes, I fully agree with that. Yes, 100%. I just don't know if I just don't know if people are going to be really excited for the Wonder Woman game.
Yeah, but that's one IP out of the entirety of Warner Brothers, which we're talking about here, right? Like, and the question is, would it be good for Xbox? I'll add real quick, I think so, yes, because ultimately, on their own, if they can get Hogwarts Legacy, not even Harry Potter, just Hogwarts Legacy.
Forgot about Hogwarts.
Just Hogwarts Legacy on its own, it's still going to be coming to every console. It's still coming to PC. It's still coming to everything. We know that. But that money alone is going to... We've already seen Xbox is on a downward spiral without Activision. Is getting a company again like WB. Will that help them again by being able to do licensing, TV, all the other stuff that Xbox are not very good at? We've seen Halo come and go now. What else is out there? We're waiting for Gears on Netflix still. Like, there's a bigger picture in all of this other than just... I know this is just the game side of things. I do know that. But I do think there's a bigger picture to be had here as well, if I'm honest.
I have a question that just came to me. Is there a possibility that at some point we get an overbloat on Game Pass from Microsoft, like from a business perspective, where they might not want to buy this studio because they'd be dumping in too much money to be putting too many competing things on Game Pass, where the profit doesn't come back?
I want to go on record of I don't think they should do this. I just want to make sure perfectly clear. I don't think they should touch WB with a barge pole. From a monopolization point of view, I don't like it. And from a case study of which we've already seen now, right? Like, they're going to buy a bunch of IPs, they're going to buy a bunch of studios, then they're going to get rid of a bunch of people. It's more firing, it's more bad PR, which I'm not saying is the only reason why I don't want them to do it, but it's one of the reasons. And then the other reason is I just don't think they need it right now. If we look at their slate of games of what they've got, we look at the studios they've got, there's still a bunch of studios we don't know what's going on per se. I don't think it's needed. That being said, if a Hogwarts Legacy IP comes up, you should buy it. If Mortal Kombat comes up, you should buy it. If Batman comes up, you should buy it.
I think the important thing about this is you wouldn't be buying it.
No, Okay, let me rephrase what I'm saying. Of a studio of the Hogwarts Legacy's team's caliber, after what we've seen them make, whether or not you like J.K. Rowling, fuck J.K. Rowling, whether you like Harry Potter, whatever, look at that world. Look at what was built there. That team has something that Xbox don't have in their portfolio yet. We'll find out if Playground have it or not with Fable, really, because that's the closest. The closest. What's the word I'm looking for? The closest comparison, right? Comparison.
Parallel.
Thank you. Yeah, like that. Then you go to Batman. All right. It's obviously a sore subject to talk about because Suicide Squad is Suicide Squad, but we don't think of the studio skipping my name
Rocksteady.
right now. Thank you. We don't think of Rocksteady and think Suicide Squad. We think the Batman Arkham trilogy.
Yeah. And to be fair, even with Suicide Squad, the stories that have come out, it's very much so WB being WB about things is why that game turned out the way it is. Yeah. That if somebody like Xbox were to buy the stake or whatever the case is, I don't think that same mistake would happen the way it did.
You would hope not, right? I think the list keeps going on, by the way. Mortal Kombat, same thing for them, even if you didn't get the MK. If you didn't get the MK license, I'm not saying they would ever want to not work on MK, but I'm saying you would then you could easily throw them on Killer Instinct and have one of the best fighting games ever.
Yeah. And
I know that's a dream, Crash. I know that's a dream. Calm down. I know. No,
that's the interesting conversion, right?
I don't.
Oh,
You don't want that.
No.
You know, NetherRealm on the Killer
There's
Instinct?
such different games. I like the fan of Killer Instinct to me doesn't want that because there's such different games.
Fair enough. You know better than us. I'll give you that.
We could
yeah,
finally get somebody to use the Nemesis system.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It has to be in Wonder Woman, right? It's in the Wonder Woman game, right?
They've said it's in the Wonder Woman game
Oh, have they?
already.
I think so, yeah.
Good.
I mean,
we
a
might
Gears
never see
Tactics
that
with the
game.
Nemesis system.
Oh, that'd be good. Fucking get the Multiverses team and just get them to make a Game Pass fighting game. Then when Dungeons of Hinterberg comes out, the main character is in the fighting game that week. It's great promo. You've got a great team working on a great brawler. Every new thing that comes into Game Pass, you just put that character straight into this fighting game.
Yeah, I don't know about everything in Game Pass, but everything from an Xbox studio new, I'd say that'd work.
Dungeon Hinterberg's a small team. If Microsoft went to them and went, hey, you're in Game Pass day one, do you want us to put you in our Game Pass fighting game? They'd go, fuck yeah. It's great promo.
No, I agree. I do agree. And then obviously you've got companies like Monolith as well who are in there, who did the Shadow of Mordor, which is a fantastic series. Again, you start cherry picking, and that's what this is all about, right, Matt? If you had Red Sank out earlier, before we recorded. What's actually going on? Because WB Games are not directly for sale. They're breaking off pieces potentially. But what's going on?
I think it's very up in the air, and like people are reading quite a lot into sort of like one word, which is the Financial Times words it as a stake in Warner's video game business is up for sale. That comes from eventhubs.com.
So yeah, take everything we're saying with a pinch of salt, right? Like this is just opinions and rumors. This stinks of more of a Tencent deal than it does an Xbox deal, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think it feels like they're looking for investment into that side of the business as opposed to selling studios. That doesn't a stake in Warner's video game business doesn't feel like you're gonna buy things off of us.
Yeah, this for me is much more like a partnership because I feel like it could be WB looking like A, we need more money resources into our gaming division, and then B, we've clearly mismanaged it in certain ways. Like we're not the people to manage it to a certain degree. So I think they could be looking for, be it an EA or something like that, where they've made games, they understand. I'm just saying EA because if we look at anybody, I could see EA doing it just money wise.
I don't want. I generally mean this. I'd much. And this is a crazy thing I'm about to say. I would much rather see Tencent invest in them than any of the big publishers get all the WB studios and IP. Which I know they're not going to get the IP, but you understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
I generally mean that. I just don't. We've seen what I generally feel like over bloating is something that we've seen now with Xbox, and again, I'm still hurting from Pango being gone. And I don't think I've recovered yet for a while, right? So seeing a studio of that caliber just going bye-bye for certain reasons, again, we don't know the reasons yet, and they will come out eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, I just don't want, I just want someone to go in, give them the money they want, and get Rocksteady making games that we actually want to play again, you know?
Yeah. Let them focus on their single-player games that we know they're good at.
And give me a Hogwarts Legacy 2, because I'm actually excited for that. Yes, whatever. Look, yeah, I like how Hogwarts Legacy. Why? Why?
Don't tell me you're excited for it.
Why?
Mister, this year you gotta beat games.
Crash, we're not doing this conversation, brother. Okay, let's do it. Fine. How many games you beat this year, Crash?
Oh,
other than that film you watched.
Other than that's disrespectful to the people who made Hubbley 2. That I'm not gonna even entertain this conversation now.
That was mad disrespectful.
It's a joke. I'm joking. I like Hellblade 2. It's fine. It's there. All right, let's go on to the next question though. From 7 out of 10, definitely. From Eldozo, because we broke it down a little bit. If you had to pick one studio to cherry pick from WB, what would it be, Matt?
Oh, well, my head says Rocksteady, like. Get them out of WB, get them making games that they want to be making. My heart really wants that Microsoft Studios brawler. And so I'd say the studio that make Multiverses, which I can't remember the name of right now.
Ready Player One? No, not Ready Player One. It's Ready
That's
something,
a movie,
isn't
and
it?
a book.
What a film! What a film!
Good book.
Got a book.
You know that film is actually one of the only films where I've like almost cried watching it, like in
Really?
the cinema. Yeah,
It's pretty
because
special.
Is it
it
without?
felt like
Can we
it
talk
felt like
spoilers?
for Ready
sounds right.
Player One. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the moment at the end with Simon Pegg, where like it was very heartfelt.
Oh, no, it's got nothing to do with the story.
Oh
at
right,
all.
is it just the childhood joy
It's
of?
It was just the
This-
showing what I felt like as a kid
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
screen, and then like watching it with a bunch of people who weren't gamers,
Yeah.
being like, "This is what I feel when I play games anyway."
Fix.
You have to remember, after Fix watched this, he went on a big meta spree where he was like, "Meta's gonna be the future. It's all
Right.
everything's
I
gonna
love
be
it.
meta.
Right.
I love it.
Metaverse is it."
I kind of hate the fact how long I've known you because you know that's true as well. I actually hate that.
Fix, you need to listen to the audiobook, mate. It's banging. And it's very different to the film but similar sort of love and reverence for games.
Yeah, but books are for nerds, so come on.
The
That's why I said
studio's name
audiobook.
is Player First Games, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fair enough. So you're saying player first?
Yeah.
Despawn?
Similar to Matt, where I'm like, yeah, I would love just to get Rocksteady out there and get them working on something cool. But I think just for the tech, I want Monolith. Get that Nemesis system into the hands of Gears. Put that in the hands of Coalition.
You wouldn't get that though.
Why
I
not?
think that's WB owned.
No,
WB owns the patent for that. It's
Damn.
not Monolith that owns that.
Yeah, they're still good games though, so it's fine. Yeah, get Monolith as well.
Just buy the patent.
Yeah, just buy. Can they just
You cherry
X-
pick the patent.
Hey, Xbox, if you could buy the patent for that for like a 50 million, that'd be great.
Buy the patent and then make it available to everyone, please.
Yeah. Just put it
yeah,
open
show
source.
you about the gamer Xbox.
Yeah.
Play anywhere with
That
our
is
systems that
so-
we bought.
Yeah.
So ridiculously inside baseball, like
Yep.
that people would even fathom that's like a for the gamer move.
Yeah,
Um,
no, exactly.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bought this. Yeah, we
Crash?
bought this one thing. Yeah. Go.
Honestly, my first thought went to Monolith as well. I think they could make a lot of really cool games, but my thing is like I don't know if we're looking at them in terms of like making an Xbox franchise. Like I don't know. I'd still want them to make Wonder Woman and stuff like that. So it would just literally be getting them and putting them under Xbox's wing.
Do you think? Because I think it got reported right that Suicide Squad lost $200 million.
Yeah.
Which is wild. That has to have an impact on the development of Wonder Woman, right? Or do you think that they're that siloed that?
Ah, they're
They
so
would-
different.
I think.
Well, we don't know, right? We don't know how if they were live service elements or
They have to be.
microtransactions or.
They can't be.
How do you
Surely.
how do you do a Wonder Woman game as a live service?
Even the
Passes and
teaser.
I mean, they'll
felt-
figure out where.
Even the teaser though felt like a single player Wonder Woman game. It didn't
Yeah,
feel,
I
and
think-
know we
I-
don't
I
get much
think-
from the teaser, but
I think there were like news stories that leaked, and again, pinch of salt with all of them, that it was supposed to be like a single player type of game.
So was Shadow of Mordor, and that had like a loot box.
they made mistakes with that game. They made
Yeah.
huge mistakes. I think they learned from those mistakes.
They haven't retreaded any of those mistakes
No,
since
they
made
haven't.
them. As many issues as Suicide Squad had, I don't think any of them were really the same issues that you had in Shadow of War.
To the
Yes,
model.
I'd agree with that.
Oh
No, Shadow of War.
Shadow of War. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine would be Avalanche. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Seeing I've said this before, like pitching my ideal game, which is like a Harry Potter Destiny, I guess. Like if we got and it doesn't have to be Harry Potter, just like give me a knockoff Wizarding World. Like I couldn't give a crap about the Harry Potter aspect of it, right? But like a Wizarding World Destiny where I want the social aspects as well, but like going off and doing dungeons with again, watching H play Hogwarts Legacy, I'm there damn, I wish I loved this as much as you love this. Because she, Thousand G'd it, said to me the other day, oh, I might buy it on PlayStation. And I was like, what? Why? She's like, oh, I want 1000 G it again.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
just
mad.
like, okay.
Fair enough.
Like,
Here's my pitch for you, Fix.
one.
It's Bully
Yes.
but in a wizarding world.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, literally. I don't think Destiny's probably the right word for it. Like what I was thinking. It's more. I kind of want like.
You want some
Persona.
multiplayer?
I want Persona socials with like Destiny, raiding with some sort of hub world as well. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I want. Made by Avalanche.
I was gonna say, are you listening, WB Games? This is how you recoup your 200 million.
You get all that money.
Yeah.
It'll also cost you 10 billion to make, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, you're gonna listen to that segment and they're gonna be like, okay, let's sit down. What exactly did he want again?
They should listen to just
he wanted that.
Yes, Avalanche for me. I think even if we didn't get what I wanted, I think looking at what that studio made with Hogwarts Legacy, whether you love it or don't, that's down to you. It's something that we don't know if Xbox have right now. We'll see with Playground. And this whole conversation could be null and void because we could go, wow, Playground can do it all. They can do racing games, and now they can do Fable, which means they can then make a second studio that then can make other third-person open world games. We just don't know. But until I touch Fable, I'm not gonna sing home about a game that I've not played yet, you know?
Yeah. Fair.
So, and then last question from El Dozo was, what Microsoft IP would you like to see any of those studios work on?
So we know Matt wants them to work on all of them in a brawler.
All of them.
In a brawler, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
I don't think Xbox have a IP currently that I would want Avalanche to work on. I would want it to be a new IP, personally.
I'm not sure there's one
that,
Monolith. I don't know. That's an interesting
third person.
one. Like, what would they do
Bring
third
back
person?
Heavenly Sword.
Imagine they made a Gears third person game.
I thought about that, but it would Gears is already a third person game.
Yeah.
No, but like not a cover based shooter.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but like
like an action adventure is what I meant. Sorry, you're you know what? I was about to get eaten alive in the comments. You're 100% right. It is a third person game.
I can already imagine.
They're also not aliens.
5 to 7 of those games.
Yeah. We don't count Judgment, how dare you?
Exactly. Yeah, man, that's really hard. Like, what IP is like left hanging at Xbox that you could do that with? I don't
Loads. They have everything.
A Monolith Elder Scrolls game could be cool.
Could be. I was gonna say, sticking to like Halo, maybe. I'd love to see them do an action adventure about a citizen surviving the fall of Reach.
Yeah, could be cool.
A Halo game where you play as an arbiter and you take on the Marines.
Ooh.
Play as the bad guy. Last of Us Part 2, Halo the franchise.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't hate that.
All right, let's move on. Little bit of news this week. Like when I say little bit, I mean we got 2 news stories. First one, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is coming to Xbox Game Pass in August. Alongside that, you are also getting Mafia Definitive Edition and Creatures of Ava all joining Game Pass. Leaving Game Pass, you've got Airborne Kingdoms, Off-World Trading Company, Shadow Warrior 3, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They will all be leaving on August 15th. We're finally getting those Activision games coming over, boys. First Call of Duty now, Crash.
He's an Xbox Muscat now.
He is.
Muscat. Can't do
it. You finally have an Xbox poster on your back. Finally.
I do. Yeah.
You didn't have to change it. Congrats.
Brilliant.
You excited for this at all? Anyone playing this?
I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, definitely.
Did you ever play it when it first came out at all?
The Insane Trilogy, no. I'm old enough to remember the original releases, so yeah. But no, never.
Yeah. Wait, Crash, are we?
The original's release.
Wait, Crash. What was your first console?
My first console at home.
Yeah.
That we owned. I think it would have been
the one you didn't borrow from Blockbuster.
Yeah, I think it would have been Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Nick off the
it would have been like a hand-me-down. It would have been after the PS1 came out.
Yeah. I didn't get a launch PS1 either. Don't worry, I weren't rich. Matt, you definitely had a launch PS1.
I don't think I did.
Interesting.
I vividly remember not getting a PS2 at launch. and throwing a tantrum. No, I'm joking. But I remember like playing it over a friend's house a lot, and then eventually my dad being like, "Okay, we can get a PS2."
Stop you leaving the house. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think I had a launch PS2. You know.
Did you?
I think. Wait, when did the PS2 come out?
Don't know. I had a launch Wii. Those things were like gold dust.
I had that as well.
March 4th, 2000.
Yeah.
You know what? I more than likely, maybe not day of, but I'm talking like launch window, that Christmas, I think I had one. Because I remember when it came out, side story, I've told this story before, but like, remember when it came out and I said to everyone, I want money for Christmas. Because all my family, I want money. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because I want to buy a PS2. And then I remember that Christmas, my mum and dad giving me, doing the whole, all the presents done. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Let me go play with my Stretch Armstrong. And then there was the PS2. And I remember my brother had gave me a card with 50p in it. And I was like, yes, I'm putting this towards my PlayStation 2. And then I got the PS2. Yeah.
Which was crazy. 50p
so, yeah. I threw the 50p in his head and said, loser, where's your PS2? I do feel bad though. So my brother's my half brother, and my brother never used to ask for things, and he wasn't into games, he's just into football. So I remember for a long time, like Xbox 360, and again, we obviously different mums, same dads, just different relationships as things happen, right? But I remember Xbox 360, I got one, and he didn't want an Xbox, but I got one. I think he got a bike that year. And I remember being like, oh, what a loser. Like,
going outside and riding.
Why would you want a bike? Like, oh my God. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a launch PS2. Weird. Huh.
Nice.
I remember going to the Woolworths in town and getting my launch PSP.
Woolworths. I remember going to Woolworths. I remember going to Argos, Woolworths, and WH Smith's when San Andreas came out. And my dad bought them all from every single store before they did the whole you can only buy one copy thing. So we went to every single store, bought each and every one of them. Then he took them back to his game shop and marked them up all by £10.
Nice.
And I remember there was a queue coming out. There was a queue coming out the store out of my dad's shop, and it was just people walking in. San Andreas, yep. San Andreas, yep. I remember saying to him, "Please keep one for me, just so I can play it." And he was like, "If it sells, it sells." And there was one copy left over.
No way.
One. And I remember going home and playing it. Crazy.
Nice.
Good times. Good times.
Good times.
And then they stole my Xbox and then sold it.
Oh,
I was going to say, how long did you have it before
he did that. He done that many a time, let me tell you. I'd come home from school to play Xbox and the Xbox just wasn't there. Do you know what? I'm going to have to get my dad on the podcast one day. To just like hash it out, like just to have that conversation with him, because I know what his answer's going to be like. Business is business, had to make money. But I was heartbroken.
I bet.
Absolutely heartbroken.
Another 20 of those stories that are like that San Andreas story, and scalping. Well, not scalping, but yeah, having copies from other stores and stuff, getting them in. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like it.
Business is business, man. Business is business. All right. Anyway, no one cares about Game Pass. That's why we did tangent there. Next up, Sega files a trademark for Yakuza Wars. This one's from Wario over on Twitter. A file has been done by Sega. We know nothing more. It's just Yakuza Wars. I'm excited. I'll be honest.
Maybe.
I'm scared.
MMO.
That's the thing. I'm scared. Like, why is this not Like a Dragon Wars?
True.
I'd imagine that it's gonna end up being what's the Dynasty Warrior game?
No.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I think they're gonna do a Dynasty Warrior type of game.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Why would you do that?
Why would you
It's
say
gonna be Dynasty
that?
Warriors
Why
type
would you
of
put
game.
that?
I see your Dynasty Warrior.
They could do it in Yakuza. They could do it because they go off the handle like that sometimes. They could absolutely make a Dynasty Warrior game. Yeah.
But why would they want to do that?
Why does any game want to make a Dynasty Warriors game?
That is also true.
Hey, look, I said something crazy about Helldivers. Everyone come for me. How comes he's not getting no shade? Huh? How comes he's not getting no shade?
Because it's Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, because it's Crash. Oh, Golden Child to the podcast. Oh.
Chris is our boy, innit?
Matt's dead every week. Chris is the golden boy, and me and Despawn are just here. Yeah. Hi. Hi.
That sums it up, I think.
What's going on, guys? This is my Xbox and me.
This is my crush and me.
All right, what's been in our box? We're doing things out of order. Boys, what's everyone been playing? I've got absolutely nothing new to update everybody with. So, what have you been playing? Matt, you've been away. You've been dead in the ground playing games, right? Come on.
Dead in the ground. I played 2 games. Dungeons of Hinterberg, which I know you've already chatted about on the podcast, but it sounds like I'm a lot higher on it than you lot. I fucking love that game. Maybe the COVID fever helped me, but it was just nice and cozy and good, and I put it up to the hardest setting because the combat was really easy, and then it was like good. It was like I really enjoyed this. Just
You
keep
beat
in
it?
No, I haven't beat it yet, but I will. The other game I did beat, how exciting, is Thank Goodness You're Here, because it took me about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Oh my god, Fix, you need to play Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yeah, it's on my list. I've bought it. It's installed and ready to go.
Same, no, not Game Pass. Go on, Crash.
Can I be 100% honest? I thought Matt was telling one of us, thank goodness you're here so we can talk about it.
Thank goodness you lot are here so I can talk about this game. Thank goodness you're here.
Well, talk to me. What is it? I'm looking on Steam now. Go on.
Same developers as Untitled Goose Game, I think.
Oh, no.
There's 2 guys from the UK. Very, very British, set in a fictional, but not really that fictional town in the UK. And you're just a little guy going around the town trying to help people out so you can go see the mayor. You don't need to know any more than that. It's fucking brilliant, especially if you're British. You need to play this game. There's a lot of stuff in there that I think will go over Americans' heads, but equally, I think it's good. I think it's fun for Americans as well. Very, I would say, like Rick and Morty style humor. If you're into that sort of thing, check it out.
VO or text?
Yeah. No, it's all voice acted brilliantly and weirdly.
All right, I'm adding it to my cart. I'm adding it to my cart as I speak.
It's about 2.5 hours to beat. Apparently, there's like quite a lot of stuff you can miss and like secrets and jokes and stuff. So if you want to do completionist, it'd probably still only take you like 3 or 4 hours, I would assume. But it's one of those games. It's also does this really interesting thing where like the map, the world, it's not open world. It's all these like different sections, but you basically like keep looping background through these sections and they change. And so like I just found that really interesting. Like you can kind of do that loop as many times as you want, and something will always be a little bit different, and you know that loop really well by the end of it. And so yeah, you just know. Like I couldn't wait. The sort of transition pieces are usually jokes as you go from one area to another, and I couldn't wait to see like how that joke was going to develop the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time that I did it. It's really, really, I think, an interesting game, and yeah, small enough to play in a sitting, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Fair enough. All right, I'll allow it.
Thank God.
I'll allow it.
Although I do think, and correct me if I'm wrong, might not be available on Xbox.
I don't know. I bought it on Steam, so I'm definitely going to be playing it this week at some point, so I can feedback next week.
Fair enough. D-Spawn, anything you've been playing?
The same 2 things that I'm always playing at the moment.
No, that's not true. We played something together.
We did. That is the new thing that I'm playing now. So firstly, Elden Ring, always. That's I got to the section in my seamless co-op where I can now just farm a bird for 12 hours. Anyone who plays Elden Ring knows what I'm on about. And then the second thing that me and Fix have both played together, because Kresh wasn't invited, or we don't like him, or
we don't like
hates
Kresh.
us.
They insulted me a lot. They asked me to get on the call. I joined the call, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to join you guys. And they just started shit talking me for like half an hour before they kicked me out.
Yeah,
it's not quite what happened.
No, not quite what happened. So we'll get into what happened. But basically, yeah, we've been playing Valorant for the console release, checking that out. I'm hooked. We've talked about it off the Offsort podcast, but I played a few matches together with you. I played again on my own, and then I'm trying to get other people involved as well. I spent the last 2 days having the Valorant World Championships on in the background, just so I can keep up to date with that. I think I'm liking Valorant. I didn't see it happening, but here we are.
Yeah, so I played Valorant, a small amount of Valorant on PC, and then D-Spawn was like, let's do my Xbox and me MXM stream, so we did that. I like it. It's fine. Yeah. I don't think it's as good as the PC version in any way, shape, or form, if I'm honest. I've kind of learned I don't think I'm that big into these hero shooters in that way. So Valorant, Overwatch, I didn't like Paladins back in the day. Those type. And then, because I don't... Would you count like X-Defiant? Because they're different factions. It's not a hero shooter, right? Like,
no.
I like it when they have different abilities. I don't like it when they I feel like I'm being very hypocritical here, if I'm being totally honest. It kind of is exactly the same thing.
Because I'd say Rainbow Siege is a hero shooter. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So then X-Defiant is then.
So I think it depends on the magic. Type of. Yeah.
I don't like magic-y. So I would like Valorant if I wasn't blinding myself every 2 seconds.
That's
with that ability. I'm 100% is a me issue. Yeah. And the problem I have with the game is everybody knows every single hero in that game. And I'm playing the game and I'm coming up against people and I'm like, I don't even know what your ult is. So then I see a guy, it feels like he's skateboarding across the screen. He's got some super fast running speed, kills me, and I'm like, I don't even know how I'm meant to combat that, like, in any way, shape, or form. Again, headshots. Me issue. Well, yeah, headshots, obviously.
Always headshots.
It's a me issue, don't get me wrong, it's a me issue. The things I do like about it, slow-paced, which I really enjoy. You do feel good every time you get a kill in that game.
Yeah. I like tactics around it as well, like, because when we were playing it, we were squatting up constantly and just always like watching corners and covering each other's back. And I love that element to it. And yeah, being able to use your abilities to kind of like create choke points or like blind spots is always really fun. Like my favorite thing at the moment, because I'm running as Jet, is dropping a smoke area, using her ability to dash through it so no one can see you, and then covering a different corner where they think you've come from. And then when they walk around and turn the other way and you shoot at the back of the head, it just feels so good. Check your corners, people. But yeah, no, personally, I think I like it for the reasons that you've mentioned there. Like, it's more slower paced. Like, you feel like when you do well, you're doing well and it's not luck. So yeah, I don't know. And I think it's the reason why I've always wanted to get back into Siege, is because I like that slower paced mentality and the single life, like, kind of gameplay loop to it. So I'm definitely going to be seeing myself playing a lot more of Valorant. Probably not in a serious capacity like I am with Elden Ring, but like it's going to be one of my like jump in, jump out kind of thing. The amount
serious capacity like Elden Ring. What are you, a fucking professional Elden Ring player all of a sudden?
No, but I mean like the amount of time I've been putting into Elden Ring. Like
sure.
I can bring up my time on Steam.
No, I respect it. I wasn't calling you out. I was just wondering what
anybody a serious Elden Ring player until they start doing a no-hit level 1 run.
Okay, on it.
Yeah, I had to give up on my no-hit level 1 run when I got COVID and my brain just couldn't deal with it anymore. So,
that's what you were doing.
Right, that's why,
I was playing Shadow of the Erdtree up until I got COVID, and I was like, dude, I need to swap to something that my brain can handle, which was Dungeons of Hinterberg, and I very much enjoyed it. So there we go.
I did also, one last thing, I did also jump into the Marvel Rivals beta a bit more.
This is what I was going to ask about when you were talking about hero shooters. I was wondering if anybody's played Marvel Rivals.
Yes.
We do have a question for Marvel Rivals.
Oh, I'm putting it in then, Chris. Go on, ask the question. Go on.
This is from Toplift91. Do you think Marvel Rivals will be good enough to compete with Overwatch, and do you think Concord will survive? So there's a little bit of a two-parter
there. So as the resident Marvel Rivals expert, being the only one who's put any time into it.
Excuse me, I installed the beta.
Oh, my bad. You installed the beta. Yeah, true. Did you install the previous beta?
No, I only had the one beta code.
Okay, I'm way ahead of them. So, yes and no. Yes, I think the gameplay is there. No. So my worry is there's a feedback survey that you could do as part of it, and there was one of the questions on there was like, how would you want to receive new heroes? And one of the things was like, you pay for them, and I'm like, no. You start paywalling heroes. That's going to be the death of your game. Like,
is it a free-to-play game?
Yes, it's a free-to-play game.
It's not.
Well, yeah, it is, because then there's a meta around that kind of stuff, and if you paywall heroes, what you should be doing is paywalling cosmetics and things like that, the same way that Overwatch does it. You shouldn't be like paywalling heroes.
Overwatch also costs £50.
Yeah,
but let's also not jump the gun. Overwatch also charged you for heroes at first for Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
so let's not.
Yeah, let's not jump the gun. Overwatch released a second game and then didn't deliver on any of the things they promised.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
they made it 5v5?
Sorry, they did that. You're right. My bad. You're 100% right. I'm sorry.
What was that, Matt?
Sorry.
Does Siege also charge for heroes?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
New operators.
No.
Yeah.
You have to earn them.
You have to earn them.
Yep.
Renown points.
Mr. Ubisoft, you have to earn them.
Yeah, you have to pay for them.
Fuck. Touch.
You can earn them with in-game currency.
You can't, but it takes a lot. Yeah.
You can
play and have it saved for the next character. I think there's avenues where like money can be exchanged for characters. I think the problem with this is characters can be a lot more impactful than Siege, because Siege at the end of the day is still a player like how you hold your angles, how you hold all that stuff, and stuff gets nerfed, whereas certain characters, they could just be meta because they change the way the game's inherently played.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So I think there's a little bit of a difference between the two.
Yeah. Sure. And they also haven't done this yet, right? They just put out a survey going like,
but this is what I'm saying.
Nickel and dime you?
Yeah, this is why I'm like yes or no. Like, if they don't do it, I think the game will be okay. I think there's enough people there excited for it. I think the gameplay mechanics are there. The abilities are unique enough, and they all link in together really well. But so I'm interested to see the longevity in that. But regarding Concord, oof.
Whoa! Let's stick on Marvel Rivals for a second. Cool. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna have the staying power. I generally don't. I don't know. Like, from what I've watched a bunch of streams and stuff like that, and I'm also looking at I look at things from a very biased place, which is Twitch, right? Twitch is always my barometer of like, is a game that doesn't mean the game's dead. It doesn't make a game dead, but I do think it is a good barometer of like
interest.
Certain streamers are going to pick it up, and it's going to cultivate the creators and things like that, which isn't the only thing that keeps a game alive. I do understand that. I don't think this is a game that, your everyday Marvel person is going to see and go, I want to play that. If I'm totally honest, like, a Marvel fan would much rather play Marvel Spider-Man 1 and 2 from PlayStation than they ever would with this, I think.
I'm going to disagree with that.
Fair.
I actually think that, like, if you're a Marvel fan and you're looking like, I want to play a new game and I'm going to look at it, I don't think you're going to jump to an old Marvel game that feels dated at this point. That's
not what I mean. I don't mean like, I mean, if there was a new one coming out, I feel like I just don't feel like this is the game that it's not going to catch on to a casual audience, is what I mean. I'm trying to say, I guess. I think that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping for the Marvel IP to take it as far as it can with a casual audience, which then does buy cosmetics and things like that, which is how they make their money. And I just don't see it. Even the people I see playing this game, streaming it, I'm like, you're only really playing this is because it's got drops and keys right now. Like, it's not because it's this amazing game. And Marvel just have a really hit and miss at the moment with games. I feel like Avengers has done a lot of damage. I feel like when it comes to the games,
sure.
Yeah, think about it. That game was built for the casual audience, and the casual audience went, nah.
That game was built to sell skins and characters,
but it didn't. That's my point. And so is this?
Yeah, I know, but I get what you're saying.
This is even more. This game is built for that because it's free to play. Where at least that game they got the £50-60 out of the player.
Do you not think they learned their lesson and then did Marvel Snap and went, holy shit, this can make us a lot of money?
Yeah, but
why don't we do
a mobile
Overwatch?
Game.
Yeah, but it's that casual Marvel audience.
Yeah, but it's still
playing Marvel. People who were playing Candy Crush are now playing Marvel Snap. Do you know what I mean? And so people who are playing Fortnite, they're the people you want to get over into our new Overwatch Marvel game. It ain't the people playing Overwatch.
I disagree. I think it is the people that play. It's the people that play Overwatch.
Yeah.
And as far as like content creators that religiously play Overwatch, a lot of them like Marvel Rivals a lot.
That's true.
which adds all Marvel Rivals has to do is be competent when it releases to some degree and not fuck up big time. And I think Marvel Rivals has the opportunity to compete with Overwatch because Overwatch isn't the hot shit that it used to be. That's just it's not one of the big multiplayer games anymore. It's big, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not. It's just not the powerhouse it once was. So I don't think it's hard to compete with Overwatch if your game's good enough. And by all metrics from people who play Overwatch, like this game has staying power to coexist in that marketplace.
Fair enough.
I'd agree.
I think it could be huge. Free to play, Marvel, you see that on a storefront, you're gonna go, fuck it, why not? I'll try it. I'm gonna try it with my mates.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think it's gonna bang.
And then onto Concord, by the way.
Oof.
That game's dead. I don't even know why they're releasing it.
Apparently the game plays well.
Yeah.
People like the way it plays.
Again, like I've put a lot of time into the betas and stuff. I got enough out of the betas to know that I never need to play that game again. Like there's just
Ouch.
There's no the big thing about those games is progression, and there is like one match gives you everything you need. There is no worthwhile progression in that game. XP leads
That
to
seems
nothing.
like an easy fix then.
Can I be honest? There's a conversation to be had there. That used to not be the case for multiplayer games.
Agreed, but it is now.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Gameplay used to be king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If a
it used to be
game
like,
plays
is that
well,
loop fun?
we love the game. Not anymore. There is a level of like, I need to feel like I'm progressing in games now for it to be worthwhile for my time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a right way or a wrong way of doing things, but I do agree. I think it's the big conversation we keep having with X-Defiant in the X-Defiant community is like, a lot of people are like, why am I still playing? Other than the game is fun and enjoyable and I love this, and this, and this, people are just like, but where's the progression? If I don't want to play ranked and I've already leveled up all my guns to whatever max level, why am I keep playing? You know, people are waiting for a prestige system or waiting for other things like that, which, yeah, I agree with you though, Crash. When did a game just being good and fun not be enough anymore? And it isn't anymore. I don't know when that changed, but probably after games like Fortnite, I guess.
Yeah. I think that
with the big battle, the way they do
battle passes,
the missions for battle passes.
I don't even think it's just the battle
well.
passes. I think it's the quest systems in Fortnite are so good that even when you do bad, you feel like you're doing something good.
That's part of the battle pass. That's how you level up the battle pass. It's literally like
I'm not laughing at you, Diesel. I'm laughing at Matt. I am laughing at Matt being like, I fucking hate those.
I know. That is exactly what I said.
I know,
I really
I
hate
saw.
the quests. I really hate the quests. I think it hurts the game. I think it hurts my enjoyment for the game. I dislike quests in games like that.
You don't have to do the quest.
I just said they're optional. You know that, right?
Everyone and their fucking mothers are doing the quest, so everybody fucking drops in the same bit, don't they?
To
go kill
squad.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't played Fortnite in a long time, so. Probably
This guy.
since we last
Fake
played it.
outrage.
It's fake outrage, yeah.
He's faking outrage.
I can't believe they're doing that thing in that thing that I don't do.
Let's do Guess That Game, shall we? We are currently sitting at a point system of Chris on 9, Matt on 3, D-Spawn on 5, me on 6. If you don't know what Guess That Game is the game within a game show of the podcast. I know I'm making up words here. That the boys have to ask yes or no questions. I will have a game. They will have a minute and 30 to ask as many questions as they can to narrow it down. Then they guess that game. Are you boys ready?
I'm ready.
I've got the game ready.
I really need these points.
I've got the game ready. Matt is going to start you guys off. Then it's going to be D-Spawn and then it's going to be Crash.
Okay.
You have a minute and 30 starting now.
Did it launch on the most recent generation of Xbox consoles?
No.
Is it an exclusive to Xbox?
No.
360 game.
Yes.
Third person game.
Yes.
Single player only?
No.
Is it a major publisher?
I would consider so, yes.
Do you shoot guns in the game?
You most certainly do, yes.
Activision?
No.
Rockstar.
No.
Male protagonist.
Yes.
Crap. My brain's gone. I'm just gonna go Ubisoft.
No.
Avalanche.
No.
Oh my god. Can you romance characters in the game?
No, but I wish you could.
Oh, okay. How's my brain? My brain does this every time. EA.
No.
Fuck.
Square Enix.
No.
Does that have multiple entries in its franchise?
It most certainly does.
Okay. Is there is there beat 'em up combat in it?
No.
Can you take cover?
It's not your turn.
Your turn, but no.
Is it a platformer?
No. That's time. I'll give you all one question more.
I have no clue.
Can we
Okay,
get
I'll give you one more
so
question.
far?
Major publisher.
Go on, recap. If you want to recap, go on.
360 game.
Yes.
A third person game.
Yes.
A major publisher.
Yes.
There's gun shooting.
Yes.
And there's a male protagonist.
Yes.
Not
I think
EA,
that's
not
all.
Ubisoft, not
Not
and then-
Activision.
Activision.
One
Not
more
EA,
question
not-
each. Crash, go on. One more question.
Can I ask at the end?
Yes, I'll let you answer
I
the
know
end.
question right
Matt.
Is it a licensed game?
No. Good question though.
It's a good question. It would narrow it down a little bit. Is it? You said it's third person. Does it also
did.
have? Does it also have first person
No.
in the game? Okay, so it's solely third person shooter.
Capcom?
What?
Capcom game?
Yes.
Okay. Oh man, this is still tough though.
Is he really?
Hey,
done,
guess, I'm giving you 10 seconds.
has he really done
Yeah.
that?
Pick
Alright,
one.
I gotta guess then.
Yeah.
Write down your guesses.
I'm.
I will
mean,
be gone.
Also, we're allowed to get the franchise, right? We get the point for the franchise?
You most certainly are.
Okay.
Fine. Do I get a bonus point if I get the right one?
No, but if yes,
I need
what,
it.
yes. If you only you,
Oh,
if
okay.
you get the right one, which I have sat in front of me, I will give you a bonus point.
I don't even know if I've got the right franchise. I'm scared.
Okay, Crash. No, actually, Crash. No. Despawn.
I don't know what. Like, I'm going out on a limb and saying Resident Evil.
Okay. Matt.
Resident
Okay.
Evil 6.
Crash.
I have Resident Evil as well.
Perfect. Well done, boys. You all get a point. Congratulations. I'm proud of each of you. You
do I get bonus
uncrash
point?
everything. No, you do not. Resident Evil 5.
Shit, I have 5 written down. I
cost
swapped
myself.
it. You know what made me swap it?
Go on.
Is the romancing question. You went, oh, I wish. And
Yeah,
I
do
was
wish.
like,
Jill Valentine.
it's got to
No.
be Jill that he's talking
Electra.
about,
No,
not
no.
Sheva. Who?
Electra in that game is ridiculously hot.
I think it's like
Electra?
the boulder.
It's Electra.
That's the evil scientist lady, right?
Thank you, Crash.
Fake Resident Evil fans, bro, right? Am I
Fake.
right?
I was thinking it was Sheva.
Shep. Well,
No,
yeah.
no, Fix.
Yeah, but that's
Fix
not
is
that-
the biggest fan of her.
No, I'm not a big
Exact-
Sheva fan.
Which I thought I knew. Look, when I type in Electra Resident Evil 5, it's just a bunch of Electra from the early 2000s.
Am I saying the
comic book
name wrong?
movie.
Might be saying the name wrong. Pretty sure that's that name. Anyway,
I have no clue.
we're also doing blind ranking this week. A few people have messaged in and say they missed blind ranking, so we thought we'd bring it back for this week only. Let us know if you think we should keep it in this show as well. All right, so I have some games written in from Big Willie P. All you have to do is rank these games, and we'll decide if you've got a good list or not. And there is a bonus. There's a bonus excitement from you guys if you get what the category is. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the connection.
Here we go. First game. Chrono Trigger. Out of 5, remember.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we could be in the world of JRPGs,
Could be in
in
the world
which
of
case
JRPG.
Chrono Trigger should go high.
Could be
Yep,
in the world
but-
of Square Enix, which
1 or 2.
yeah, I'm gonna go
I-
number 2.
Yeah, I don't want to go 1 off the bat. It scares
No.
me.
Yeah, and even so, if we are in the world of JRPGs, I think there are better JRPGs. You know?
Crash disagrees.
I think you can argue Chrono Trigger.
I'm sure you could argue it. Yeah, but I think, I don't know.
I think it's hard
also
argument
the fact
to
that
argue against it.
Yeah, I think the fact that there is scope to argue against it means, putting it at 2, I won't feel too bad.
Look,
Okay,
I'll put it out there.
That's fair.
Big Willie P, we appreciate you, but we also all know you're a trickster. Bit of a scumbag. He knows that we're going to be thinking it's JRPGs, and he's going to pull a fast one on us.
Okay, so where are we going with it?
I think we're happy to lock in at 2, but just so you know, Big Willie, you have not tricked me. You've tricked these.
We're on tier. Sorry, my microphone is falling over, so bear with me.
No problem. Next game will be Bloodborne.
See?
Mother flipper.
I'm fine.
I put it 1.
Oof. 3 and 1.
No, I'm gonna go 3, mainly because not enough frames.
All right, I know. Look, I'm happy to put that 3. But
what
like,
about if you're like Anthony Cortez and you buy a PlayStation?
That was a wild story.
A PlayStation 5 sealed or whatever and mod it or something to play it at 60 frames.
I do not have 60 frame money. I'm just putting that out there.
Here's the thing with these two games. I think they both have a very fair argument to be number 1, 2, or 3 on this list right now.
Mm-hmm.
My question for you guys: what do you think the connection is so far?
I have no idea. Silent protagonists. No,
Okay.
that's not even. Is that even true in the case of Chrono Trigger? You make dialogue.
So we're putting this at 3, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Next game: Diddy Kong Racing.
5. Move on. What is the connection here, Big Willie?
I don't
You're a
know.
liar.
Another guess? What's the connection? No.
No.
I've absolutely no clue.
Okay. Next
Enemies. Monkey enemies. Monkey
No.
enemies.
No.
No.
Reptiles.
No.
It's
I
not
said
monkey
one
animal.
guess. I said one guess.
Okay.
Stop. Don't make me start. Don't start. All right. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Next game. So we have Chrono Trigger at 2,
Yeah.
Bloodborne at 3, Diddy Kong at 5.
Yeah.
Bully.
4.
No. Really?
Bully 4.
What?
I can't put Bully above Chrono Trigger or Bloodborne.
Don't matter what the list is.
I can't. I don't care what number 1 is. I can't, like, knowing what we know so far, I can't put Bully above Chrono Trigger or Bloodborne.
Knowing what we know. You guys are wrong. I would
You're totally
very
wrong.
happily put Bully in 1.
No.
I'm not involved. I'm just the host.
Look,
Here's the host.
Bully on any other list, if we didn't know it was already the other games were, sure. Bully's not a better game than Chrono Trigger or Bloodborne.
It is.
It's not.
So
How many of those
here's
games
the
have you
thing.
played, Fix?
Hmm?
How many of those games have you played, Fix?
I played Bloodborne.
Okay. And Bully. You never play Chrono Trigger.
And Bully.
Look,
and Diddy
you
Kong
ruined my
Racing.
point, but you can just ignore yourself, okay?
Yeah, sure. You keep thinking you're that guy. You're not. All right.
I mean,
I don't think I'm
Anyway.
that guy. I just think you're not that guy.
look, yeah. Regardless of what you think of Chrono Trigger and Bloodborne, Bully is a phenomenal game. We can agree
Facts.
that, right?
Facts.
Sure.
So what you're saying is you're willing to gamble, roll the dice that whatever Big Willie P has put in as the 5th choice is better than Bully.
Yeah, because Bully seems like the option to trick you into getting to put it in first place
Right, we're
so
not
that you can put
metagaming
something else
here.
in lower. You're trying to metagame right now.
A little bit. A little bit.
Dude, you can try and metagame it, and then when I try and metagame it, you're like, we're not metagaming.
Yeah. Stop
What's going
metagaming.
on?
My metagame. You
Yeah.
metagamer.
I need an answer, please.
4.
Four.
And I voted. It's in 4, but I'm upset about it.
So Chrono Trigger at 2, Bloodborne at 3, Bully at 4,
Yep.
Diddy Kong Racing at 5,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and at your number 1 spot
Yeah.
being The Simpsons Hit and Run.
I hate this so much.
I don't hate
much.
it. I don't hate it all that much.
So to
I
go back through
despise
it
this
again,
list.
Simpsons Hit and Run number 1, Chrono Trigger 2, Bloodborne number 3, Bully number 4, Diddy Kong Racing number 5.
I know the category.
Okay, let me hear from Crash first. Then, Crash, what do you think the connection
I have
is?
absolutely no clue what the connection is.
Despawn?
Diddy
No,
Kong
I have no
Racing
idea.
throws me off so much.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, Matt, what
Can I-
is the connection?
Can I get a point
No.
for our previous game?
No,
If
but
I
if
get
we
the category?
no, but I tell you what, If we carry on bringing this segment in, I will put it in there so we can try and catch up on points and stuff. So
I like it. I don't know the category, but I'm gonna go games that something along the lines of like games that need a remake.
Oh, so close. Best games that never got a sequel.
Yeah, okay. That was pretty. I give myself half a point.
I'd give you half a point.
Non-existent
Yeah, I'd give you half a point. Yeah, well, that's it. Well done. Shout out to Big Willie P who provided these for me. Big Willie, I need more. Because if we're going to keep doing this segment on this show, let us know if you want the segment to carry on.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
A little argument with that category. Technically, Chrono Trigger has a sequel, Chrono Cross.
Yep.
Technically, that category is incorrect. So I'm saying I should get a bonus.
The ranking is still what it is, all right? You know. So yeah, sure. Anyway, let's jump into Fix Us Out before we get out of here, shall we? First one comes in from Snidge. Remember, you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com or hit us up in the Discord or hit us up on Twitter and do all that. First question from Snidge. I hope I'm saying that correctly. 7122. Do you think if Fable hits like we hope, Playground Games should be talked about in the same breath as developers such as Naughty Dog, Sony Santa Monica, Obsidian, Capcom, etc.? Crash? Despawn?
Yes. Look,
I'm so. All right. I'll give you my serious answer, which is I think they already should. Solely for they're the rare 10 out of 10 game producers for Xbox.
Okay.
I think
I get that, but I don't think
in the most
Naughty Dog, Sony.
I mean, if you are talking about like single player, like action RPG kind of conversations, I mean, that's not
the question. That's not the question.
Actually, that's like all of these are like
Capcom and Obsidian being there actually kind of changes it a bit. I agree with T-Spawn. I think they should be there.
Yeah.
Based off the studios that are there.
Yeah, based off what their output already, I think they are well within that category. I think it'd be hard to ignore them if Fable does land, as we all want it to. I think it's going to be almost impossible to argue that they're not.
I think my issue is Naughty Dog, Sony Santa Monica, Obsidian,
Say it,
Capcom.
Matt.
I don't put them in the same category as each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they deserve to be in the same bucket as one another because they do such wildly different things. Like Obsidian, I guess you're putting them in that bucket for New Vegas, but like, I wouldn't say they deserve to be in there from Grounded or.
I think Obsidian is the only outlier here, if I'm being honest.
Capcom have had a
Capcom
up
don't
and
miss.
down.
Capcom don't miss right now, but you have to.
Don't miss. What would it?
You have to look at everything Capcom puts out. Exoprimal, you loved Exoprimal, fantastic.
Oh, okay. Crash Bandicoot 1, Naughty Dog. Oh yeah, great game, wasn't it? It was the best.
Oh wait, you want to know why I used Exoprimal? Because that shit just came out.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going with from this conversation. Well, I think that's kind of hard though, right? Because look at Santa Monica, one studio, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, one studio, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's why I think this is like a little bit of a.
Obsidian's 2 studios, if I'm not mistaken, and Capcom's like 20 studios. I don't even understand how that company works. So if you're taking,
for quality stuff, and I think in that case you do put Playground Games there. But if you're looking like, I don't really see a huge connection because at first I was like, oh, it's like these big single player like narrative driven games, and I'm like, yeah, Fable hits correctly. Like Fable could possibly be there in some sort of way.
Well, what I would say is that you've got Playground Games going from Forza incredible games to Fable way out of their wheelhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could then put them in the same conversation, I guess, as like a Naughty Dog that went from Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter to Uncharted, The Last of Us, right? And making that insane leap and doing it with incredible quality. And so like, I think there's an interesting conversation there and like, we'll see how it goes. But also I think like it's hard to go based on Fable. If Fable's incredible, then they deserve to be in that conversation because I think you need 2 or 3 games to cement yourself in that conversation as opposed to 1.
That's exactly where I was going to go with my point. Yeah. Go on, Despawn. I'll let you go first, though.
Misa. So I think the better comparison would be something like Guerrilla.
No.
Guerrilla Games started on Killzone and then went off and did...
No, I understand. I just don't rate Horizon like that.
Horizon,
yeah, I agree. For me, I love the idea of Horizon, and for some reason I find those games incredibly boring.
Sure.
The first game was great. The second game was... It does a very poor... We've talked about it so much. It does such a poor job of like... Hey, you better remember every last detail of the first game. Otherwise, you don't understand this game. And it's like, that's not fun.
I just want to play with the robot dinosaurs.
Exactly. Even people who enjoy these worlds need a recap sometimes, you know? Like, I shouldn't have to go to YouTube and watch an hour-long video to understand this world. And even then, I probably wouldn't understand, let's be honest. My point on this is no, because I think they need to be consistent when it comes to making certain types of games. Naughty Dog weren't Naughty Dog just off of Crash Bandicoot the first time. They became the Naughty Dog we think of because they kept putting out hits, right? And there is Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2, and everything they've done before it, right? It's not just Last of Us 1 and 2. After Last of Us 1, we would have been like, what a great, fantastic game. We would have been like, Naughty Dog are the best ever. And they are considered one of the best ever. Sony Santa Monica, same thing, right? Like God of War, they had games, but some people forget about the other God of War games all of a sudden because we have the new God of War games. No, those games were still great and held in very high regard of like being consistently good games. Obsidian, not my type of games usually, but there's definitely a conversation to be had there. They've been consistent in making fantastic games. Capcom, same thing. Playground haven't done that yet. Like, they've made great racing games, and let's be honest, racing games are there are a few things you need to hit in a racing game, right? Like, it is world building, it is how the car feels and stuff like that, and they smash those things out of the park. But they're very different from making like an emotional story. Making when you're making a racing game, you're not trying to make someone laugh. You know, there's no vocal, there's no voice acting, there's none of that. Like, there's a lot more to it. Like, I know what you're about to say.
I'm a bit of tiny bit. Yeah,
Horizon has some of that. You're not out here like trying to tell a story. You're not out here trying to like even the Horizon games. It's like festival. Yeah, I'm a DJ. Boom, 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 boom. It's not like, guys, we're gonna tell you an emotional story here about this racing car driver. And I think they need to do that consistently to be considered one of the greats. Other than they do a great. If you're putting them in the category of racing car games, they're one of the best.
I think on a technical level, they deserve to be in there. But yeah, as we are saying there, I think, when it comes to like that emotional connection, I think to answer Snitch's question specifically, if Fable hits like we hope, I think, it's going to be a different conversation. You don't think if they hit
Fable 1 hits, and then when Fable 2 hits, yes.
Okay.
But I don't think doing it once, I feel like how bar for Xbox exclusives are so low as well. I mean, where we're all a little bit damaged, it feels like.
We're just happy for crumbs, yeah.
Oh, Fable, this Fable's amazing. I feel like we have that Nintendo effect in us a little bit. Where a Nintendo game comes out and we're like, it's a point higher than what it actually is because it was decent. That's how it feels. I'm not saying everybody, but I do feel that way. What, you disagree?
I don't know. You're saying Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is a point higher because it's Nintendo?
I'm not saying those games specifically, but I think there are many games that come out from Nintendo that are a point higher because of Nintendo fandom. I'm not talking about strictly from all of the best outlets in the world. I'm talking about just
Nintendo
gamers
fans
in general. Like, I'm talking about now from an Xbox fan base. We haven't had Fable. We haven't had a Fable reboot from the original IP of made by a studio we all care about. Blah 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 blah. I think there are certain things we're going to look over without the fine-tooth comb. Just going, this game's amazing. I generally think that's going to happen.
I agree, because when Redfall came out, there were people who upped that game more than it should have that were Xbox fans, based solely off of it being an Xbox exclusive. So I do agree with what Fix is saying here.
Okay.
But I also think that happens with like every fan. Like, it happens in PlayStation fandoms. It happens in
every fandom. Every single fandom. Like Matt, we spoke about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
That film's fantastic. No, it isn't. We all think it's fantastic because we all had a great time with it. It is not a fantastic film from start to finish.
Yes, no, I agree with that.
We all agree with that, and I think that's what's going to happen. I hope I'm totally wrong, by the way. I'm not sitting here wanting to be a hater and being like, Playground can't do it. I think they're going to smash this out of the park, and it is going to be fantastic. But I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out and it's a 7, but it actually gets 8s.
But I think that can be the conversation. Yeah, like I understand when you're talking about review scores, it's different. But like, you can say this is the best thing I played on Xbox this year, but it has issues.
But that doesn't put it in the Last of Us category, does it? Or the God of War category, or the Resident Evil 4 or 2 categories.
Right. Okay.
You could make that
wonder
statement
which
about
number
all
you were
those
going to drop
games.
The Resident Evil 5 categories.
Also, the glaring studio you've missed out here is Insomniac. They're up there.
No, not yet. They're not. For the exact same reasons I just said. Inconsistencies.
What's inconsistent about Insomniac?
Okay, talk to me through. Let's go through their repertoire of just pure consistent hits. Go.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That's not. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yep, sure.
Sunset Overdrive?
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah.
The last Ratchet and Clank wasn't like a 10 out of 10.
It really lagged the last Ratchet and Clank, I have to say.
Rift Apart is a 10 out of 10.
Rift Apart's not a 10 out of 10.
Not a 10 out of 10. This is my point. We're doing that thing again where we love the studio.
I love
so
Insomniac.
it's a
Insomniac's
great
one of my
game.
favorite studios. Rift Apart's not a 10 out of 10.
Agreed. It's a great game, but it's not a 10
Then
out
you're
of
saying
10.
Crack in Time is at best on equal terms with Rift Apart, which is not a true statement.
In Time's better than Rift Apart?
Yes. Crack in Time is a lot better than Rift Apart.
Don't know about
A
that.
significant amount better than Rift Apart.
Rift
Don't know
Apart
about
might
that
look better, but
Hey, whoever commented, left that review saying that Crash is a legend and the rest of the guys are just here, you need to rescind it because that's a terrible
You should have
thing.
been rescinded at the moment you wrote that. You should have sent another review. Take all that.
And let's be honest, you missed out their best game ever. So
Sunset
What's the
Overdrive.
best game? Overdrive.
Overdrive.
I was getting there.
I said it as well.
there's a conversation to be had.
Yeah, I said
I
that.
think it's
About
hard
Sunset
when
Overdrive
after you
being the best
release.
game of all time.
No, not that.
Right.
That might have been a
No, but
great
it's
game.
hard when Spider-Man is like 3 of your games.
Yeah.
I put Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man. I would put Sunset over.
I think you're right.
I think Insomniac holds up with
think you're
these
right.
other studios.
Yeah.
You got to remember as well, like, not only is the consistency there, but the speed that they put games out is up there as well. Like, between Spider-Man and Spider-Man
Well,
Miles
now.
Morales. I mean,
What's that got to do with me thinking if their game's good or not? Comes out in a day, comes out in 6 years. Who cares?
I think it's the fact that if they can consistently put out great games at a relatively fast speed means that they're a great studio at what they do.
It doesn't make a studio better or worse if you can do it quicker.
I don't disagree with Despawn because fucking Hogwarts Legacy is great. You've got the map, you've got the mechanics. Where's the next game?
It's been a year.
Has it? It's been 2.
No, that was
Has Hogwarts
last
only been out a year?
I believe.
If that's right, forgive me.
Come out in 2023, the 10th of February.
All right, never mind. I'll shut up.
What are we doing here? Like, what?
I had COVID again. I felt like I went back in time. Okay.
You had COVID, the rest of us didn't.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I feel like I'm getting it just having this conversation.
I don't know. I think there's a few other studios you could have added to this list, but I do think consistency. I think consistency is key, 100%. But no, I don't think so. The boys do. Is the consensus?
I think they've been so consistent with Forza Horizon in terms of quality for that game that if Fable comes out, you can argue that they're there, and if not, then if the next one after that hits, they're for sure there without an argument.
I agree with you on that. If they had 2 more releases,
yeah,
out of the Forza franchise, which is probably a little unfair, but like out of the Forza franchises, I'd put them up there. But yeah, that's just me. All right. We're doing one last question, then we're getting the hell out of here. This is from Top Lift 91. What games are you currently enjoying at the moment, and what up and coming games are you most excited for? What games we're enjoying at the moment? we talk about already. So
Yeah.
what I was like, if we can pick one game or which is coming out for the rest of the year, what are you most excited for? Go, Crash.
Black Myth Wukong.
It's not coming to Xbox. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I know. that's the only thing I'm really excited for the rest of the year.
No, I respect it. Despawn?
Star Wars Outlaws.
Ooh. Matt P video?
Weirdly, I'm excited for Black Myth. I'm excited for Star Wars. But weirdly, the thing that came to mind was Black Ops.
Huh.
I haven't played X Defiant, and I'm like keep being tempted to jump in.
Come play with the pros.
That wants a new Call of Duty in my life. Do you know
Come play with the pros. Come play with the pros. I'll teach you. I'll teach you my ways.
But then if I play with you, I've got to play on PC, right?
No, it's crossplay.
Yeah, but if I'm playing with a controller, am I going to
I play with a controller.
Oh, sick. All right, then.
It's
I'll play
better with a controller.
Aim assist is...
Have you
a little bit of a tangent, but they nerfed aim assist in Apex Legends apparently, and I saw some people not super happy about it.
All the pros are pissed now.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And mine probably a bit of a rogue one as well. Not that I'm not excited for other things, but Dead Rising Remake has got its chokehold on me, like badly, and it just gives me a praying that we'll get a new Dead Rising, which we probably won't. But
that has a date.
I thought it was this year. I thought it was like September.
Okay.
I thought it was like Red Halloween, October.
I think it's earlier than that.
I just didn't remember.
There you go.
Okay.
Don't question me.
That is close.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that personally. But yeah, let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. So much for not having a full show, boys.
Yeah.
Craig, we got to plug this week.
Podcast reviews, my fellow Americans, I implore you to leave a podcast review for the sake of this country. Everything's going on. You want to save the country? Leave a podcast review for my Xbox and me.
I like it. I like the new direction. We've moved away from kicking your hand down the stairs, and now it's to save democracy in the United States of America. I like
Does
it.
anyone else want Crash in front of a green screen, like doing that as like a advert now? My fellow Americans.
An eagle flies across screen. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't think about it. Don't do it.
You got enough to edit.
What have you got to plug this week, dude?
I'm going to plug the YouTube channel because no spoilers, but there might be some more videos going up there soon.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, youtube.com/SideQuest to me.
Matt, what you got to plug? We ain't seen you in a while. What's going on?
Can we plug that thing we talked about the other day and I moved the date up?
Yes. Well, no. We can plug the other thing though.
What other thing?
Halo with the boys. Halo with the boys. So for people who don't know, we did a 12-hour fundraising stream where we hit a bunch of goals. We have finally settled on a date, which Despawn's going to tell us that date.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that day right now. Just give me.
I'll check my calendar. No, I'm going to check my calendar. One sec.
We got the date. We've all got the date somewhere.
Who's
going to find it first? Who's going to find it first?
The date is 5th of September.
It is. There it is.
You will get myself, Crash, Matt, and Despawn all playing Halo with the boys, which is each of us, and of course you guys. So for anyone who wants to join us, we'll be playing, I assume, Infinite?
Yeah.
He says assuming?
Yeah.
Plays free to play.
Perfect. Well, we'll be playing Halo Infinite. You guys will be welcome to join. We'll be live over on Twitch and YouTube as one of the goals. Probably anywhere between 3 hours, maybe more, maybe less. Probably we'll see. Probably not less, but probably more.
I will say, for those of you who do play Halo Infinite, and if any of you guys play the custom game modes, and there's any cool maps that you think we should check out while we're playing, please leave them in the Discord somewhere. Either we'll make a channel or the games discussion channel or something like that. Just leave them, and then we'll start like keeping track of those that you guys put down. Just to maybe have some more fun stuff to do while we play it instead of just playing the regular multiplayer.
Anything else you want to plug, Matt?
I don't think so.
You're not doing anything soon?
Oh, I'm going to Gamescom.
There we go.
This guy.
I'm going to Gamescom. I can't tell you everything I'm doing yet, but you should probably go subscribe to that old Future Game Show YouTube channel, shouldn't you? And then you'll see it.
You're not doing a meetup?
If somebody wants to meet up at Gamescom, we can do that. I'll meet you in the Corconian.
I'll see you at the food court.
I'm not allowed to be there. We have a rule. We have a rule on our team that if you're caught in the Corconian, you get fired immediately.
I don't know what a Corconian is.
It's a bar in the main square. If you get caught in the Corconian, you're fired immediately. So I won't be there.
Matt will not be there.
He won't be there. What have I got to plug? Yeah. Nothing really. Go on.
I say Matt B video will be there though. It's basically Matt in a mustache.
I've got nothing really to plug really. I tell you what, keep an eye on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna crazy. I'm gonna put up a video sort of explaining my disappearance on YouTube for the last probably 7 months. It's been since I've been consistent now on YouTube. I want to get back to it. I'm struggling. I am looking for an editor. So if there's anybody out there who is an editor or wants to learn how to edit and things like that, or thinks they got what it takes, hit me up on my email, mcfixr, 2 R's at the end, at gmail.com. Not you, Despawn, don't worry. But yeah, so I'm going to have a video up eventually. I'm hoping by next week. Just going over like the fact that I moved, the fact that I've been on holiday, and where things are at in my life. I've been going through a lot of important stuff lately. Hence why I've not even been live on my channel. I've been to see a mortgage advisor this morning. Ooh. So yeah, lots of life stuff happening in my life currently. So yeah, I'm gonna give a whole life update and then try and get back to being consistent on YouTube as well. So go check that out, MC Fixer. Until next time, we will love you, leave you, and see you later. Good boys.